welcome to my channel. So I'm back with another story time. And hello, my name is Noemi. Just in case if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So here I tell all kinds of stories. I do also do book reviews, movie reviews, makeup reviews. So girl, I'm doing it all. Vlogs sometimes. So yeah, if you guys like that content, please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Okay, girls, so like I said, yes, it's gonna be a story time today. This story time, so I'm just gonna talk about what happened with this friend that I thought I knew, but it ended up being that I didn't know her at all, alright? So before I start this video, I am gonna be drinking, and this time it is a drink, okay? And it's a chelada. I'm gonna show you. It's a chelada. So this is basically, it is traditionally, like, I put extra stuff like chamoy and tajin because I'm obsessed with it, but it is traditionally just lemon and salt. You put it with some ice in a glass and you just pour your beer. That's what it is. All I did was just add tajin and just put like a rim of chamoy on the top, and that's it, okay? Because I am obsessed with tahini, so that's why I did that. But yeah, that's my drink. But if you guys want to drink with me or anything you guys want, go get them and let's get started. Salud. Okay, girls, so let's get started. It's a story about that I thought I knew a friend, but it ended up being that I didn't know her at all. So this story, it takes place in high school, and I think I've had talked about this high school before. I've been to two different high schools. This high school was my first high school, so this was freshman year and sophomore year. At this time, we ended up moving to the other side of El Paso, so I had to start fresh. I had to start high school without knowing anybody. So I remember we ended up moving to this apartment and we moved our stuff, and no one came out like in the apartments when we were moving our things. So I didn't know if there was people my age, people that were gonna go to high school with me. I didn't know, okay? So it was completely like new to me. We moved our stuff, and I remember the first day of high school, I walk my little booty to school, and it's literally right across the street. So I am just waiting until the light turns so I could cross the street, right? And all of a sudden, I hear a voice behind me, and I just hear like, wait for me, wait for me. And I'm like, who the heck is yelling at me, right? So I look behind me, and it's a girl, and this is gonna be the main character. Her name, we're gonna name her Lilith. So Lilith calls out, she didn't know me, I didn't know her, so she doesn't call out my name, but she just tells me, wait for me. And I wait, and she runs towards me. And I remember, like, she was so, first of all, she was pretty, okay? She was a pretty girl. She was so like charismatic. Like she had something, the ella, that you were like, damn, like either I want to be her or be her friend. Okay. So, anyways, girl, well, Lilith starts talking to me and she starts introducing me to herself, and she just tells me, hi, my name is Lilith. I live right next to you. So she lived in the same apartments as I did, and she literally lived right next to me. And she told me, she's like, there isn't really a lot of people our age living in this apartment. So I saw you and I saw that you just moved in right next to us, and I just wanted to say hi and if you wanted to be friends. And girl, I was like, oh my God, I made my first friend. Like, I was so happy, right? And I immediately like accepted and I was like, yeah, like we could be friends. She's like, that's great. Like we could walk to school together in the mornings. We could walk back in the afternoons. Like we'll meet in this spot. And girl, we immediately hit it off. Okay, like this. We were best friends. So then I ended up realizing that I had Lilith for like a lot of classes, okay? Like we were in the same classes, we would see each other, we would sit next to each other, and for a while it was just Lilith and me, it was just us two. But then another girl came in, she was new as well, and we're gonna call her Maria. So Maria comes in, okay, and she has the same classes as Lilith and I, and we immediately hit it off, okay? And I did too, but it was more Lilith and Maria that like really hit it off. They had similar humor, okay, and I necessarily didn't, so they get along like very, very well. But I was still there. I would always just hang out with them, and they would always include me, okay? So anyways, like Maria comes in, we are best friends immediately. Like they hang out, we hang out. We are walking to school, we're walking from school, like we mostly hang at school, right? But then later, like mid semester of freshman year, Lilith starts knocking at my door. So one day I was just, in the house, and all of a sudden I hear, and I'm like, who is that, right? Like my mom goes, she opens the door, and like I hear like Lilith, oh, is Noemi home? And my mom's like, yeah, she's home. It's like, can I see her? And my mom's like, yeah, sure. So she calls my name. I go and I'm like, oh, hi. She's like, hi. I just wanted to know if you could hang out with me. And I think she had a sister, if I'm not mistaken. But she's like, if you want to hang out with my sister and I, we're gonna hang out in like a little hallway in the apartments. And so I asked my mom, and my mom was like, yeah, go for it. So at this time, this is where I really, really, really met Lilith, and I started talking to her, and we started talking about what we like, and we started talking about ourselves and where we're from, and everything, girl, everything, todo el chisme. Ahí estábamos hablando de nosotras, getting to know each other, and I really thought I knew her, right? Until, girl, it's gonna get it's gonna get a little cringy, but we ended up talking about a topic that was like sexual, okay? And she asked me, like, are you a virgin? Have you ever done something? And girl, Nel, okay? Nel, like my sexual life did not existed back then, okay? Like it took a while, but I told her no. I was like, girl, I don't have a sexual life. I am virgin, virgin, okay? As I could be. And so I told her this, and she looks at me, she's like, oh, okay. And immediately, like you ask back, and you, right? Because, girl, you're not just gonna get tea from me and not give me some, all right? So I asked her, like, are you a virgin? And she tells me, yeah, totally, I am. I'm a virgin. I don't even know what it looks like. And girl, yo toda naive, okay? I was like, no way, like, you've never seen one? And girl, like, I'm telling you, yes, I was a virgin, but I have seen like pictures and stuff, okay? Friends show me. Aye, friends. Just kidding. But anyways, I've seen them, right? And so I told her, I was like, wow, like that's crazy. Like even I've seen what a guy looks like down there, and I haven't been with someone. She's like, wow, like really? You've seen it? And I was like, yeah, I think you even seen it on like drawings, you know what I mean? Like people draw in the bathroom. I'm like, I'm sure you've seen them in bathrooms or like textbooks. So I was like, why is it such a big deal? And she was like, no, it's because I've never seen one. Like, como se ve? And I was like, okay. And she hands me like a little chalk, and she tells me, then like draw one in the floor. Girl, yo toda mensa. I was like, okay. And all we hear drawing this P, and girl, like I am telling you, her reaction was like if she never seen one. Like she looks at it, she's like, wait, the balls are hanging in the front? I see. And I was like, no, 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 like they're in the back. And then she's like, they're in the back? That sounds weird. That must have looked weird. And I'm like, I guess. And then she's like, wow, I've never seen what like that girl. Like she was just acting and she was telling me this and I believed it. I believed her. Like to me, I was like, same. Like I haven't really experienced it like physically, but I've seen it, you know, but like to me it's like I relate it to her and I was like, yeah, like same. Like if we're discovering something together. Yeah, that sounds all like not like that, okay? But like as friends, right? Well, anyways, girl, we were best friends that whole freshman year. Okay, we were friends. We were hang out during the summer. We were hang out in the little hallway and we were always talking and like I said, I thought I knew her, right? I related to her. I we were the same basically. And so freshman year comes along and we ended up we were still hang out so much, but we didn't have classes together. I think we only had like maybe one class together. And we would still meet up in the mornings and then we'll walk together to school. But that was pretty much it. Well, girl, one of my classes, it was science, I remember. And I became friends with one of the guys. And I was talking to him and like he was talking to me or whatever. And then he ends up telling me like, hey, like who do you hang out with? Like who's your friend? And I told him, oh, like her name is Lilith and Maria. And then he looks at me and he's like, you hang out with Lilith? And I was like, yeah, she's pretty much one of my best friends. Like we hang out all the time. And he's like, wow, like I wouldn't have thought that you hang out with Pastelito. And I look at him and I was like, Pastelito? Like, what are you talking about? And he looks at me, he's like, you don't know? And I was like, know what? He's all like, well, Pastelito and I, he kept saying Pastelito, and I was like, what? Anyways, like Pastelito and I, we went to the same middle school together. And he tells me, he's all like, she is basically the school slut. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's all like, in middle school, she basically did everybody. And I was like, you're kidding me. He's like, no, yeah, like telling you the truth. And the reason why we call her Pastelito is because everybody has poked at her. And I'm like, what? Girl, complete new news to me. Because I thought she was a virgin. And I was like, what? So at this point, I felt like I did not know her at all. I was like, she is lying to me about this. And she even made a whole scene saying that she didn't know what it looked like. And she acted like she was so innocent. And they're over here telling me que es un pastelito. And I was like, what the F, right? Girl, I go up to her and I tell her, like, what the heck? Like, how come people are telling me that you're over here giving out the goods and you're telling me that you're not, that you're a virgin. Like, what is going on? And she completely tells me, like, no es cierto, don't believe them, and that they're just jealous about me, and like this bullshit excuse, okay? And I believed her, and I was like, okay, whatever, right? I believe you. Well, girl, time passes by. Hold up, I need a drink, okay? Hold up. Girl, so time passes by. And one day, I don't know what happened. I know we were walking to the apartment, but I think she forgot that what she told me. She was so stressed out. Like you could see her, she was freaking out. And I saw her and I was like, "Are you okay? Like what's going on?" And she's like, "I am freaking out." And I think she completely forgot what she told me because she ends up telling me, "I am so scared that I am pregnant." And I look at her and I was like, "What?" She's like, yeah, I am super afraid that I'm pregnant. Like, my parents are gonna kick me out of the apartments, and I am so scared. And I was like, why? Like, what did you do, right? And of course, pues yo sé qué hizo, pero I wanted to know el chisme, so I was like, what happened? She ends up telling me that she did it with not just one, with two guys, okay? Two guys, and I want to say they were brothers or they were like related or something like that. And she ended up doing it with them, and they ended up sliming in her. And she was afraid that she was pregnant, okay? And she didn't know with which guy, so she was completely like stressed out. Girl, cuando me dijo eso, I was like, virgin my A. Like, virgin my butt. What? I was like, I thought you told me you were a virgin. And she's like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not. Like, I'm just stressing out. Like, like she was just like, I'm sorry. And I was just like, you know what? Like, it sucks. I was like, you're gonna be okay. I was like, when did this happen? And like, trying to consult her, help her out. And so after that, I kind of like, I didn't trust her anymore. I was like, I don't know, like, this girl just, I don't trust her. But, anyways, girl, the story doesn't end there because it ended up being that she wasn't pregnant, okay? She was not pregnant, so she was happy and she was driving and we were still hanging out at this point. I remember that I ended up getting a boyfriend at this point and she didn't like him because he was a little chubby in the chubby side. And she will always give me crap about him and saying that he is ugly y que le da asco and that I should break up with him. And like after that, I was like, why do I need a friend like that? Like, ¿qué le importa if I am dating Trump? Like, leave me alone, Like, don't be like that to that guy, Like, yeah, he might not be the most handsome person, but like, I liked him because of his attitude, because he was funny too, okay? But anyways, this girl was just telling me all these things and cayó gorda. So I started kind of ignoring her, okay, a little bit. And then this is where Maria comes, because one day Maria and I were just talking and we were in the same class. Lilith wasn't with us, okay, so she's Maria and Maria ended up telling me that Lilith would always talk bad about me behind my back, that she didn't see me as a friend, that she would just make fun of me and just say these things to about me and behind my back, and that obviously hurt. After lying to me, after being rude to my boyfriend back then, then all of a sudden now she's talking bad about me. Like, girl, that was like the line for me. I was like, I am done with this girl. I remember after Maria told me that she was talking about me, I completely said, you know what? F her. So I ended up going where we said we were gonna meet so we could walk home. We meet, and she is super rude to me and saying all these rude things to me, to the point that I was like, I just can't be her friend anymore. I can't. So I remember this so well. We were walking, and then all of a sudden I stop and I just turn around and I leave the other way. No le digo nada. She doesn't say anything to me. I literally just leave and just went the other way. Girl, after that, our relationship just completely broke. Okay? It just completely broke. And the second half of the sophomore semester, we weren't friends anymore. Okay? At all. She ended up moving. I ended up moving as well. So just completely just, yeah, no. But anyways, the last thing is that I was friends with her on Facebook for a while until I decided to erase her. Why do I need her in my Facebook? Like, I don't. So before I deleted her, I went to her Facebook and she has a kid. Okay, she has a kid, and this was a long time. This was when we were still like 19, 20 years old. That she ended up getting pregnant and having a kid. And you know what? A pesar de todo, a pesar that she literally made my life impossible at the end. De todos modos, le deseo el bien, no le deseo mal. You know, like, hope she's doing good. Hope she learned from her lesson and hope she became a better person, okay, than what she was. But yeah, girl, that is pretty much it. That is my story. I know it's pretty long, like 30 minutes. Yeah, Jesus. But, anyways, I am sorry, but that's it. That's my story about a friend that I thought I knew and I really didn't. I ended up finding a lot about her life that was completely new to me. But yeah, girl, if you have anything similar happening to you, please let me know down below. And like this video, please subscribe to this video as well. And just thank you so much if you watch my videos. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. It's gonna be a book review, so I hope you're ready for that. And hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.